we
live?
We're live. What is going on, people? Man, it's like back-to-back days.
I mean,
Live.
we were live yesterday, and we're back again. And so everybody out there in the Omniverse, you should be jealous because I get to hang out with the coolest people. And today we've got another Innovation Spotlight sneak peek. Innovation Spotlight, what's that? It's like the super cool thing that's going to be happening at Congress in October, like in less than a month. It is right around the corner. And so if you're out there in the Omniverse, let us know. Drop us a little cowboy hat in the comments if you're going to Congress. And you know, even if you're like Congress curious, drop a little cowboy in the comments and we can reach out to you. And so let's get to know who all is on the screen today. Mr. Jacob, who you be and why you here?
I'm our business development director at a company, a platform called Closeout Pro. We were established to create more efficiencies and streamline the closeout process. We all know in general contracting and construction, closeout is one of those things that tends to creep up on us, and it's usually a headache. So we're here to make that hopefully a little bit easier on everybody. Yeah,
Closeout is kind of like those temporary tattoos. They're not as temporary. They don't go away as quickly as you'd like, huh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm excited to hear more about Closeout Pro and what y'all are going to be doing up on stage out there. Miss Eileen, hello again.
Hello, my friend. Hello. Hi. So again, for those of you who don't know me or haven't seen me in the past like 6 live streams or listened to any webinars, Eileen Goldberg, I'm the manager of strategic partnerships with LCI, and I am thrilled to hear what Closeout Pro is going to bring to LCI Congress and the Innovation Spotlight.
10-4. Thank you, Miss Eileen. And Jennifer Lacey, just in case there's that one person that doesn't have the internet and hasn't seen your face. Who are you, my sister?
Well, I am Jennifer Lacey. I work for Robbins & Morton. I am our director of building forward and lean practices, and get to have a lot of fun with all of our projects and our team members. I am also co-chair this year for LCI Congress in Arlington with Keon Zandy, and Innovation Spotlight is near and dear to my heart because it is something that we worked with Eileen to be able to launch this year for the first time. So excited to, one, hear what Jacob has to say, but also just all of the ones that get to share kind of their spotlights at Congress. This is going to be exciting.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like okay, full confession. The only reason I wanted to do these live streams is to like get the first, like, oh man, what's happening? What's the inside scoop? And so folks, if you want to cheat and like meet super cool people that would never give you the time of day, start live streaming. That's how I do it. So Mr. Jacob, I read your LinkedIn profile and it says you're an evangelist of sorts. What is that about and why did you connect that to Closeout Pro?
Well, that's it's really just a sales term, a business term. But you know, when you're a product evangelist, you truly believe in what the product's able to do, what it's able to solve for the end user community out there. So, my entire role with the company is to make sure that we're out evangelizing, really, not just marketing and talking to folks, but connecting the dots for individuals. How this system can not solve all of their problems. I always say you don't get to go home any sooner because you're using our product. You're not going home early, but you can focus on behind export, all that handover documentation. There's also some warranty aspects of the tool, which of course we'll highlight all of this in much more depth during our Innovator Spotlight. But a lot of folks forget about the warranty phase of a project, and you're still basically responsible for 12 months, if not longer, after a job's reached substantial completion. So our tool helps you keep a record and standardize all that documentation as well. So being an evangelist for the system is just being out there and really coaching people up on using the system and showing what its best use cases are.
Nice. And are you finding, there was a time when I used to do like real work and closing out projects I absolutely hated it. right? I came up on the plumbing mechanical side of the business, subcontractor, the majority of my career. And I love starting new projects and managing through the peak of it. But the back end, I'm like, can somebody else just finish this damn thing? Because it's like not the fun stuff. And so I imagine when you're presenting this to people, or you probably have users by now, what kind of experience have they shared in terms of the value they get out of Closeout Pro?
Yeah, and Jesse, I think you really hit it on the head. I mean, most of us at the beginning of a job, we're very focused on starting the project, getting critical path established. But our owners and clients, they don't remember the beginning of a job. They remember the very end of the project. And the quicker we can get everything turned over to them after substantial completion. I mean, honestly, too, we're here to make relationships and try to make our clients and owners' dreams comes true in construction. But at the same time, from a bottom line standpoint, we're trying to get that final affidavit out. We want to get our final waiver and release and get paid so we can move on to the next job. And like you mentioned, I mean, closeouts tend to creep up on you. You get 70, 80, maybe 90% of the way to substantial completion. And you say, oh my gosh, I had a trade partner that was here 18 months ago and I haven't gotten any documentation from them. So our system allows you to automate and track that much simpler.
Nice.
Really, and I'm sure we'll get into this here in a minute, but when you're looking through the lens of lean, I mean, it's all about providing value. You want to do exactly what the client wants, no more, no less. And the ultimate value is getting them the keys and getting them all the O&Ms, warranties, all the information that they need as quickly as possible after you reach substantial completion. And that's what we're here for.
Oh man, that's phenomenal. So Eileen, how do you manage not overflowing with pride based on the folks that you have assembled, like bringing Closeout Pro to the innovation spotlight? Because I mean, it feels like it's a perfect alignment. So how do you hold back and stay so modest?
First of all, pardon the cat. Second of all, you don't. I mean, the pride, you mentioned overflowing pride, and it's there 100% because there's so many new people, new things, new companies, new tools, new services that are coming that as Jacob and Closeout Pro, I don't think they've ever been to Congress before. Exactly. So people are getting to see these new tools and new services for the first time and the innovation spotlight for the first time. So I think the launch of not only a new innovation at Congress, but to see new companies and to come and be a part of that innovation, I think is something to be proud of. Yeah. And well, the modesty just let's not pay attention to. But as far as really getting into the weeds and really finding the new things, and again, the innovation, I'm going to keep coming back to those words, is definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Phenomenally executed. I mean, we still got to see the thing, but all indicators are saying it's going to be an amazing experience. Mm-hmm. So Jen, what warnings, since Closeout Pro is going to be the first timer, Jacob, I'm sure you're not coming alone. You need to bring backup. I'm just going to give you a heads up. What warnings do you have for Jacob in terms of the community and the caliber of construction professionals that are going to be at Congress?
Okay, so I will answer that because I've got that. That's a big answer, but I want to hone in on some of the things that Eileen said as to why this is so cool and why the Innovation Spotlight is such a big deal. So one, we've not done it before, but why are we doing it? And I think that will then lead into all the other amazing things. So in the past, we do get submissions for abstracts that sometimes are trying to sell a product or trying to highlight a product. And then we also have our trade show, which Eileen manages just amazingly, that we have a lot of people that are excited about their products. And so they have a booth and they are having the one-on-one conversations, and then they're got to hurry up through this because they have to go and, talk about something else. So they don't get the time, the 45 minutes, to be able to like tell their backstory and tell the why and give case studies and things like that. They just kind of have to do that one-on-one. Hey, we'll follow up later. I'll give you an email, all these things. And what Innovation Spotlight is really being able to provide to the attendees is Closeout Pro, along with the other ones. They have the entire session that people can come and go, okay, that's important to me. And then by the end, maybe the 10 or 15 questions that would have taken them to get to a point to where go, ooh, that could bring value to me. They're going to be like, I need to talk to Jacob, or I need more information about this because of this specific thing. So I think that's why we're so excited about it, is that it's giving that glimpse into, like products a little bit more. Eileen I'm going to take her thunder, but Eileen also says that in our previous congresses, we always get a delta, because we don't have a way or an avenue, to be able to highlight these technologies, these platforms, these things that are up and coming, and kind of, they're leading the way, but there's just not a lot of time to be able to connect, because of the way everyone's talking to everybody. And I think this is just going to check all of those boxes. So that part, did I miss anything, Eileen?
No, I think that was fantastic.
Okay. And so this is one thing that I'm super excited about, but we do have some other things. We're going to have, again, amazing group of people that are looking for continuous improvement and change. And that's right now, Closeout, we know continuous improvement, lots of opportunities there to be able to improve that process. But we also know we are launching, again, a couple of other things that we're excited about is our podcast booth that we're going to have. We're going to have construction podcasters that are going to be sharing kind of, their stories and interviewing people and highlighting people, which we're super excited about. We're going to have an all-star table that people can go and ask questions and get a little more insight. I mean, breakout sessions, live labs, learning days, golf tournament, gimbal walks. There's literally so much for everybody that, Jacob, I'm not sure you're gonna be able to keep your head straight.
I agree.
It's funny that you mentioned.
Hopefully that's the case.
Right, exactly, right. Jacob, aren't you also going to be at the golf tournament? Or am I thinking of somebody?
Yeah, I was going to say. So, I mean,
yeah,
we're super excited to be not only a vendor in the exhibit hall, but to participate in the silent auction, and we are sponsoring hole number 3 at the golf tournament. So, as far as being a vendor, yes, we are very excited about getting the visibility and interacting with all of the lean practitioners that will be in attendance. But, from a philosophical standpoint, our Innovator Spotlight isn't about selling a lot more end users in the community. Absolutely. But we really want to talk about the fading waste and making improvements to your flow and delivering more value to your owner or client at the end of a project.
10-4. Well, I'm just going to warn you, Mr. Jacob, we're going to have guys like Byron here that are just focused on the red couch. I'm joking, Byron. I'm giving you a hard time. Byron is one of those people that is an advocate of like reducing waste and delivering for the purpose of delivering more value. Now, so question, Jake, like the Closeout Pro, is that like of all my friends, I got friends that are subcontractors, I got friends that are general contractors, I got friends that are in the design space. Which bucket of friends should I say, man, you really need to go and check out the Closeout Pro presentation because they got something that's going to make your life better? Oh, maybe there's a lag.
Yeah, Jesse. I mean, I would say really anybody. I mean, the platform is built for owners. We want to structure things that it's that much easier and standardized for an owner to get the handover. So we have, several owners and developers that are currently in our user community. So, it's really built for them, but it's also really in large part a tool for a general contractor. There are lots of use cases, especially when we talk about the warranty functions that the platform can solve for you, that even if you're an MEP trade, for instance, being able to use the QR codes and put those on various assets within a building and be able to scan them and get to your O&Ms and warranties and all that data right there in your hands. So it's honestly every cross section within construction has a use case for using the platform. So I would say any and everyone would maybe want to check us out.
Oh, that's awesome. So like that asset, there's a few folks that I get to coach on other stuff, and this asset tracking, I'm like, what, you keep saying asset track, like, tell me more. They're like, oh, it's QR codes on the equipment. But so it's tracked from the manufacturer to delivery to installation. And what they've said is they're trying to figure out how to connect that to warranty and management of that equipment after it's been turned over. What I'm hearing is you've got a system that they could just integrate into what they're already doing and take it all the way home.
Yep, we already do it. Yep.
Nice. So in terms of owners, like, did this idea come from an owner request, from a GC request, or from somebody like living through the pain and said, man, we got to do this better?
It was that last pay point, Jesse. I'll give you a little bit of background on the company. So our founder used to work for a general contractor in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, given job over package put together and turned over. So I believe he was at that GC for upwards of 7 years. And just the light bulb went off one day. If there's a way that I can bring and bridge information technology with on the ground, boots on the ground, field work that I'm doing, and make this easier for me, I can maybe make this easier for the entire industry. And so Closeout Pro was born back in 2017, 2018. So we've been around for 8 years. We're built primarily as an integration into Procore, but we've also gone to market this year with Autodesk Construction Cloud. We will be, by the end of the year, integrated with CMIC, and we're also working with Project Site, which is a Trimble platform. So you can use our system standalone, but you can also plug into these broader construction management platforms to sync data and then put that final information and pack it together. So yeah, it was really just a frustration at the individual level, and our president said, I think I can make this better for everybody, and started that path. Quit his position in Dallas and went full steam on Closeout Pro.
Yeah. And that's the amazing thing about like lean practitioners is it's usually a personal pain point that's like, man, I just need to make it better. And then there's an awakening of like, wait a minute, I can make it better for a lot of people. Now, the amount of effort and sweat that goes into like building it out, testing it, proof of concept, and then I'm sure on the BD end, like just taking it to market and getting people over the resistance, or like, no, we already got something, we don't need something new. Like that amount of work, you got to be a little afflicted to continue down the path. But the ultimate purpose is to serve others, right? Like and like just like you said, Jacob, transform the industry, make it better for the entire industry, which like LCI Congress, I think that's what I know that's what I'm excited about in terms of we got the innovation spotlight, right? So there's going to be innovation, other stuff that people can use, tools and stuff. There's a very big people-focused element this year, because at the end of the day, like, don't nothing happen without the people. And so it's going to be a super, super special experience. I got one more question for you, Jacob. What was it that attracted Closeout Pro to align with LCI Congress? Is it just because they're the founders in DFW and this year it's in Arlington?
Well, I will say subjectively, we have done some work with Skiles Group, but we have talked to so many lean practitioners in our conversations and discussions with GCs and subcontractors, trade partners out there. I do feel like that the lean community is much more focused on reducing waste. And I mean, you can honestly, in the downtime acronym, you can find a closeout application on almost every one of those letters. So I do feel like the lean community is much more focused on doing the types of things to improve their project teams and their handoff. So we fit very nicely into that, that thought process and that outlook on things. And then we wanted to be part of, the LCI Congress for a few years now. 2025 just seemed like the best year to jump in and really push it as hard as we can. So,
Jesse, I'm interrupting you because I know you have something to say. I think that you're correct that this year is going to be the best year for you to jump in because, again, new things, innovations, just the way things are. I have to tell you, Jacob and Jen and Jesse, about a third of our exhibitors and vendors this year are new to LCI Congress and to the exhibit hall themselves. So I'm really excited for what that has to bring and for your innovation spotlight. So I think that's going to be a really great thing.
Well, and again, so I'm just going to do my best to make you blush, Miss Eileen.
Oh, no.
That third of new is not like that is your work. So folks out there in the Omniverse, Eileen is a boss. She has made it happen in terms of bringing exhibitors, curating the innovation spotlight, curating the innovators that the exhibitors that are going to be in the showcase hall, getting sponsorships. That's all her. And so good job, Eileen. I'm telling you in front of everybody, good job. And folks, like don't sleep on Eileen. She'll get you. She's gonna get you.
I don't know if I appreciate that or not, but no, thank you very much. I do appreciate you.
Of course. Well, I would say let's roll into closing thoughts with y'all's permission. Ms. Jen, I'm going to come at you first. Mr. Jacob, you're on deck. Jen, you got a closing thought for the people?
I do. It's a call to action, and it's really based on some of the things we talked about on here, some things Jacob said and Eileen said, that there's a lot of new people that are going to be at Congress. So number one, it's the exhibitors. So people that have been to Congress before, come because we have people that you haven't seen yet. So there's that piece. Also, I want to challenge people because we've looked at the stats. 60% of our attendees every year are new. So 60% are people that this is their first time coming to Congress. So my challenge is for all those other people that have attended a Congress before, like there's a reason to come back. So right now we're trending right at 58%. So we're right on track to get that new participation. So if you have attended Congress before, think about it's not rinse and repeat. Like the things we talked about today that Eileen and we've really worked hard with Keon to try to incorporate some new things. We have new vendors, we have new presenters, we've really worked hard this year to make it a different experience, even if you've done it before. So my call to action is if you have done it before and you're still on the fence, register.
Good. There it is. And the website is scrolling across the bottom, folks. Get in there, sign up, bring your people, bring the newbies, bring the gray hairs, the ones with the highlights, bring them all, man, because it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Mr. Jacob, what you got for us, my friend?
So, again, kind of echo what Jen said, having so many new people at this is going to be, great exposure for us as a company and as a software solution. So I would encourage everyone to stop by our booth if you have an opportunity to. We do plan on, in our innovation spotlight, to approach this again from more of a philosophy. We'll have a client up on the panel with us, on stage with us, to talk about their experience. So, I'm not here, although I am to some degree, to sell you on using our software. I really want to get the gears turning for everyone and hopefully, like I said, turn that light bulb on for folks mentally to think about different ways to improve the efficiency in that part of the process.
Oh, amazing. And so
whether you do it on your own and you eventually come back around to Closeout Pro is wonderful, or whether you want to sign up immediately.
10-4. I love it. Thank you, Jacob. Miss Eileen, take us home.
I will, because I have things to say that go with Jacob's and with Jen's comments. So, first of all, Jacob, thank you so much for coming on and for telling us about Closeout Pro and your thoughts for the Innovation Spotlight. I think that it's going to be really well. It's going to turn out really well because again, you're bright, you're new, you have all this great stuff to share, but you're sharing the story. You're not necessarily sharing the sales and pounding it home and all of that. It's the story about what Closeout Pro is, why you do what you do, and how you can help. And I think that's something that people need to think about as well. So it's not a sales pitch, it is, but it's surrounding the pitch and exactly it's the why, and that's what people need to see, and that's what people need to realize. And Jen, along what you said about everybody being new and how it goes before, I have just enough time to tell you a little bit about my experience. I've been working in trade shows for a very long time. And I remember at a couple of trade associations that was it before, everybody comes to the show, everybody comes to the exhibit hall to collect giveaways and swag. And that's what they do. And I was expecting the same thing from LCI. And I went to the exhibit show floor and I'm looking at things and I'm looking around. Oh, that's pretty cool swag. That's pretty cool swag. That's a pen. Okay, great. That's a stress ball. Sure. And I was very surprised to see that people came to the exhibit hall because they wanted to talk to the exhibitors. They wanted to improve their process. They wanted to improve their lean journey. And that was actually a surprise for me. So knowing that the attendees, a lot of the attendees are new, a lot of the exhibitors are new. There's a lot of great things coming to Congress this year. And Jen, you were talking to people that have come before and that the attendees are new. Some of them are new, most of them are new, so that there's always a reason to come back. Well, something to think about as well as for these new attendees who might not be familiar, Congress is pretty overwhelming. And something to think about for the attendees that have been coming time after time, be a mentor.
Yes.
Be someone that can find these new attendees and take them around and say, here was my experience. Here's something you might want to look at. Oh my gosh, you're going here. What you really need to do is follow me because this way is the way such and such is. Yep. So absolutely take in our new innovations, go see Closeout Pro in the Innovation Spotlight in the exhibit hall at the golf tournament. But, come to meet people and be mentors as well. And I think that's really important for Congress.
Yeah. Okay, so Eileen needs a safety vest that says "Follow me to the Innovation Spotlight," and so anyone that sees her, they're just going to follow her to wherever she's going.
Sandwich board, right? I got it covered. Yep.
I love it. Well, folks, y'all said it all. Thank you again for hanging out with us on this Friday morning. Jacob, Eileen, Jen, I know y'all got work going on, and I'm going to pretend like I got work to do. Well, folks, if you didn't get the message, Innovation Spotlight, Congress 2025 in Arlington. Closeout Pro is going to be there. Make your life better. Show up, sign up, make some friends. Give Eileen your email address, because if you didn't sign up to be an exhibitor or be on the Innovation Spotlight, there's always next year. So we'll see you all next time. Later.
Thanks for having us.